Well, for episode 4 of Guillermo de Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, we have The Outside. And this is more or less a character study of the main character here, Stacy, who's this woman who's not all that physically appealing. But you give her a haircut and clean up, she'd be all right. But anyway, that's the whole thing. She feels left outside by society, primarily her co-workers, and this sort of thing, who are all, pretty and very catty, mean girls in their adult years, and are constantly gossiping about people's personal business and all that sort of thing. They're rather trashy, if you ask me. And the main leader of the group, I suppose, this blonde woman who seems to be the more wealthy of the batch, invites her to this party, and but she's an awkward woman. She has I don't know if it was her side business or just her hobby or whatever, but she's a taxidermist, so got a lot of stuffed animals. She gives this woman a stuffed duck as a gift, but it doesn't go over well because they're all creeped out about it. But in the meantime, she gives everyone this a gift of this skin lotion that's just supposed to make you glow and be pretty and everything. Well, of course, Stacy reacts to it with a bad rash. And so, boy, she just can't catch a break. Meanwhile, she has a husband who I guess is a sheriff's deputy or whatever, and but he's he's doing all the right things. He's very supportive of her. He loves her. He's telling her he loves her the way she is, and screw those girls and all that stuff. And don't take that lotion anymore. It's making you sick. But she's obsessed with her own appearance. It's this strange sense of vanity for herself, even though she sees herself as ugly. At the same time, she's I want to grow up to be the beautiful swan and all that. So the eerie parts of it is that how much of this is real. This is one of these things that seems to suggest a broken mind here, and that she's reached her limit or whatever and cracked. The lotion itself pours out of the box and forms this humanoid lotion creature that she makes out with, and then I guess it becomes her new self, whatever. But at the same time, the ads for the lotion has these ads, and the guy who's, I guess, the creator of it or whatever, the owner of the company, suddenly starts talking to her through the screen. So some of this, I think, is suggestive that it's just in her head, that she's receiving these messages, and it encourages her to keep using the lotion, even though it's giving her this rash. And he says, well, that means it's working, and all, it's working on your old self and turning you into your new pretty self and all that sort of stuff. And so she keeps with it, despite her husband's objections, saying it's just making things worse. I wish you would stop doing that and all this sort of stuff. She does it. She keeps doing it, and then she has this weird humanoid creature. And when her husband tries to break her from it all, she kills him. Just out of the blue, she just starts killing him, and ends up turning him into one of her taxidermy creatures. So it's basically she's become shallow and completely empty and superficial, because it's all she cares about is her physical appearance now. And so he no longer matters to her, and other than to just be another keepsake that she has with her collection of stuffed animals and stuff. And so she immerses herself into the lotion in the bathtub, and she comes out peeling it all off. And basically her rash is gone, and she's got some makeup on, so she still looks the same mostly, but she's dolled up and everything. She cuts her hair to give it like a better hairdo, I guess, and all groomed and everything. And then she goes to work and finally gets what she truly wants, which is her co-workers' attention. And they're like, wow, look at you. And that's what she wanted, their adulation. It's this interesting thing about the vanity of women, is that it's not so much a man's attention, it's the attention of other women and her own. You know? And so it's an interesting display in that, to the point that her husband, she completely discards, killing him and turning him into a stuffed animal, you know. And then it's this weird, eerie ending where she's making all these faces, and it's just that it was all for nothing, really. But she's lost in that mindset. And, oh, it's great, but at the same time, you can see there's cracks forming there. What have I done, you know? But she clings to this BS. Now, the idea that it all seems rather like it's all in an illusion, if you will, she's hallucinating. Scene is all very possible. Did she really kill her husband? Probably. I don't know. You know, but did she really get the praise of her coworkers? You know, you don't know. That's one of those things where it's kind of surreal at that point, and it's somewhat suggestive of that, I think. Anyway, it's just a matter of interpretation. So that's basically what it is this sort of a character study of this Stacy woman. And so although this is the fourth episode of the series, so that's the 4 I've seen so far, and I think the previous one, the autopsy, is the best one. But this one is kind of a close second to it. The other 2 are powerful in their mood and atmospherics and style and look and everything, but they don't really go anywhere. It's pretty obvious where it's going to go, and that type of thing. Where, Autopsy kind of had a twist to it, and this one is just very, very weird. So there we go for The Outside. Because all she cared about was the outside, and so guess what's inside? Nothing. It's all gone. Yeah. So anyway, there you have it. The Outside, apparently based on a webcomic, I think. Saw that somewhere. Didn't really look into it, so I don't know what to tell you. Maybe there's more to it there about being obsessed with vanity and what have you, and where it leads. So there you go, The Outside.